There's either going to be some sequels, reboots, or prequels. Sequel, as we all know, is a sequel to like the first movie, and it still ties in with the same storyline. The prequel is something before the first movie or something.
With me.
And the reboot is basically like a whole new storyline. But I don't think we'll be doing any reboots, but prequels and sequels are the second things on my mind. Okay, the second movie is going to be a prequel to the first movie. It's going to be all about the past and all that. Like their origin stories and all that.
Oh yeah, I found that drowned.
Their origin stories I've not really much explained, apart from some skins that have only been introduced like for the past 2 seasons. The third movie, depending on what I've recently thought of, can actually be about it can be a sequel to the second movie. Basically like the present thing. Basically I'll gather up all the clips from the stuff, like the third movie can be about chapter 2 season 2 and after the events of the alter ego stuff. Then in the fourth movie it's gonna be the end of a finale, ending with the final showdown, basically being end of a finale. It's basically going to be the end of all the alter ego stuff. And do you know what I might actually do? I'm going to reboot it with some of the characters that I've got or something. We're going to reboot it with DJ Yonder in it and all that. So for the reboot, I've had some ideas on like DJ Yonder meeting his alter ego as John Thea, Drift meeting his alter ego as Catalyst or whoever, X-Lord basically meeting his alter ego, which is Rust Lord or whatever. That's going to be quite hard. Eternal Voyager meeting his alter egos, who are the... I'm just going to put and say, I have no idea, by the way.
I have ruined
any other skins? Sparkle Supreme meeting Sparkle Specialist.
Wait, what is this? Who does this guy think he is?
Basically, Demi meeting her alter ego. Well, she doesn't actually have one.
And
well, we can introduce like.
Do not shut your door.
Ultimate Knight meeting his alter ego, and Hybrid meeting his alter ego, which can be the dragon that he doesn't actually know of. Same with Carbide, which is basically going to be Omega, and Blackheart, which is going to be his exoskeleton form. Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Now, the second movie is only going to be about characters we don't actually know and are quite tough in fighting. DJ Yonder and all that can be like scrapped out and all that, because like DJs aren't really important to the storyline yet unless you have an alter ego style. Like John Wick and all that, we mostly know of out of the movies. Like this skin we actually don't know of. Drift we don't really have a brief moment of. Hybrid or Blackheart we don't know of. We don't know about Battlehawk, Carbide, Omega, Kylo Ren, Eternal Voyager, Ember, Master Key, Sergeant Winter and all that. Pele, for some reason, we haven't actually got a brief moment of them. Right, the third movie. Now, the third movie is basically going to be about the present. This third movie, sadly guys, eliminates all characters apart from some at the end will meet their alter egos, which are basically the ones from this season, but they'll, in the fourth movie, they'll end it off with a finale of them fighting from the post-credit scene of the third movie. Now, after the reboot, we might see a sequel where they're basically going like through different dimensions. Some of the people who we've met alter egos of are going through different dimensions to change the past, which was them getting their alter egos, to the future. So their plan is basically to try stop them from getting their alter egos and trapping their alter egos in the past world. While doing that though, they don't actually know that in the movie after that, they're going to be trapped in there because they never knew that that Fusion wasn't dead after all the years. He basically traps them in. To do that, they need to kill Fusion of the future, and then that should end up like, yeah. After that, right, so we've thought of like 5 more movies. So second one is going to be a prequel to the first one. Third's going to be a sequel to the second one. Fourth's going to be a reboot to the first 3. Then another sequel will be introduced after the 4th movie. Then maybe a finale, we don't know. Maybe we can do 2 more movies after that, of being off the 5th one with them being trapped in the multiverse or something. It matters what's actually going to happen in the future of Fortnite. Like, people are saying those rumours that it might get shut down. I certainly don't hope it doesn't before I can make all these cool movies and all that. I don't think they will. If they do stop the battle passes, then it would be much harder to actually do all these cool things.
Well, what the hell is happening here?
Okay, we've covered up quite a lot of movies. We can go on some more if we want. I say we should. Okay. I think there should be a series where basically it's not a reboot or a sequel or a prequel. It's actually some way more than that. It's not even to do with the series, but we can do something to do with it. Let's just say in the 7th movie, the alter egos basically meet their normal versions, because they are basically trapped in the multiverse as well, where they were still trapped. Basically they have to team up to face off some of the other alter egos, which is they call frauds. Like DJ Yonder's alter ego would be a fraud, because right now, and what they also need to do is try to fight off like beasts and Strosity and all that, because like, yeah, right, I don't know what to do next for a plan. Let's see. Any ideas? See the 8th movie. No, see for the 7th movie. All the alter egos team up against their normal skins. Like all of them. Literally all of them. It's just like Captain America Civil War. Until, so that would be at the end scene, right? But when they were going to do one final charge after they've beaten most of themselves up, when they're going to do that, they get transported into a rift, which basically means that in the next movie, which I'm going to explain right now, they get transported into a rift. Nowhere they know where they're going. How many have I actually done? I think 7. Right, for the 8th movie, it's going to be about Save the World. And the 8th movie, it's going to be it's going to be a reboot, but like it's going to be a sequel and a prequel as well at the same time. Save the World became before Battle Royale, but this movie takes place with Battle Royale being existing. So for the 8th movie, there's loads of more dangers. They basically learn like what's going to happen more. How could this like affect their world? They don't know. We don't know.
Does anyone else? What? I was hungry.
So yeah, basically, they see that some of the heroes and the villains were actually created from Save the World. This was their homeland. They realise.
I need to go, my controller needs to charge.
Right, bye. Talk to you later at some point. Bye. Right, so what actually happens here? Only the Save the World people, no, Battle Royale people realise that some of the Battle Royale people, like Crackshot, if he's going to be in it, I can't tell, probably not. But some of the Battle Royale people realise that they were created in Save the World originally, and that's where I wondered how they got in this strange new world before. So basically, they need to try and get out, or else they are basically screwed. So the ninth film, probably the second last film before we end it off with a weird finale. Now, in this one, they basically have to travel from the past. They need to travel to the past because they feel like that they want to see their home again. So to do that, they want to trap their self in the past. Some of them want to say, some of them want to go, like, families may need to split up or whatever. But basically after that, some of them actually get transported at the future at the end, back again. But they realise they've missed out on a whole lot. But do you know what they meant, the whole lot? The 10th movie will tell you. This whole time, the end of the 4th movie actually went on for decades and centuries. They're confused with all the chaos and all the deaths of some of the people who like were here. That really confuses them enough to leave the islands. So basically they're travelling to like another island, but they realise that all the dead people were actually just say sentinel robots that learned how to shapeshift into other people. So when they do that, they have to get off this map quick, because they see something like this. All the monsters and all the stuff from the last map destroying nearly their homeland. Where basically that's the end. That is the end of any Fortnite map. It's completely nearly gone. They're going to destroy it. Nothing happens. But they're not ready to leave. One of the characters, aka XEV, says, no, wait, he's gone. He's at this world. No. He basically says, let's fight. But they're not really got any weapons. They've got RPGs, they've got reflexes, but they don't have one thing. They don't have enough members to actually destroy all the monsters, because at one place, Kevin comes back out at the Kevolution place. The monster came out of the bunker. And then, like, once they're fighting, they see some of the old skins from the season 4 with some of their like stuff in the past. They're basically all here to help. All the stuff from the past events are here. But one of them shout, aka Fusion, he says, sorry, I need to do this. He goes up, he powers the bunker too much, which explodes the whole island into mass destruction, sending pieces of it flying to the air. But basically, we see a giant bunker door when we're floating, basically opens and then it shuts. Locked tight. You can't get out until they see they have to go back to their home. Not in the past, not in the future, but right now. But to do that, they're going to need to go through all the things they have to go through for the past. But it matters what, yeah, basically they need to go through back to their homes, where they'll eventually meet some of the alter egos they left like a year ago in the 9th movie. Now, or 8th, no, 9th. Now, to end off the series, basically it would show their homes and all that are destroyed. They thought it was a happy ending, but it's just going to be the same. Everything's destroyed because everyone was disappeared. Except from some of the Save the World people. Now, what actually happens is all of the Tier 100, well, all of the skins that have been alright. Then we realise that the 7, aka all the visitors, have basically, they've been separated along the island, but they don't know, we don't know if they're alive or not, because as I've said, all the islands are destroyed. Fusion trapped people in a rift and maybe not everyone came back. So what actually happens here is that there's going to be another sequel, the 11th movie, the final hunt, or the start of a hunt. Now that we're on the 11th movie, they're on the hunt for who we all know as the 7. To do that, what they need to do, they need to go back in time one more time, get the 7, basically, they need to go back in time, because the 7 visitors went back in time, so to make a whole loophole. After basically they not took the past visitor, they knew who he was, so, or this character was. Basically, they've actually, well, the first one is the visitor. After he crashed, this character dies unfortunately after the impact of the crash. After the impact of the crash basically led him nearly dead or bleeding dead. But he gets to tell Visitor where he needs to go. He needs to try find the rest of the visitors or whoever. Try get to save the world, because they're the only ones with the actual power to stop all the events from happening in the first place. Basically, the Visitor travels to save the world, where he sees the meteor actually came from thingy. He has the power. So, what he has to do, because in this timeline, the Visitor is basically dead. He's actually dead, but he already knew about the 7. So, what actually happens here it's not really that good, but they have to go to different realities and dimensions and timelines. Where all the 7 rift zones came from in the storyline has to go there because that's where they all went, basically. So, the scientist would be hidden somewhere, just like in a rift. But one of them is actually at the Chapter 2 map, which reveals to actually be the scientist. But that's a bad problem, because his future self is probably dead in the water, because the map has sunk. So it's another case of time travel here. Basically, I have to get him from the past, because he's about to be like, he's about to go through that, but he has to teleport him quick, before it's too late, from the past. Because he trusts him, because he knows who the visitor is. So yeah. So that's 2 characters set in Back to Save the World. Now next, the paradigm. Basically, she's Singularity. She's after from fighting the robot and not ready to like losing our fight. Basically, she doesn't know this time who they are. That ends up nearly in a fight, but there's no time to explain, because there's just about to be like the orb exploding in that timeline 1 second after the battle. Because in this other dimension, the monster actually lives, but the robot actually dies. Because like, how'd he come back in like the 4th movie for another fight? So basically, what happens here? Basically, these are the suit that they found, or made from like upgrades in case like anything happens. So yeah, there's still quite a lot left. Basically what happens here is they don't actually know. The list is just all messed up, it's probably fake. They don't actually know who the rest of the members are who went in the rocket. So they've already got 3 or 4 members. There's 4 more members now. One of them, Singularity, knows something about one of the characters, about the monster. She basically says that the owner of the monster, aka the Ice King, he used to fly rockets all about. So they're wondering if he was one of them. So they go to him in season 7. Or season 10 again. They collect him. So that's 4. That's 4 members. 3 more. Third one is Ruin. Next one is Ruin. 5th one's Ruin. Go get him from season 8 or something. The 6th one is the prisoner. Go get him. And the 5th one No, the 7th. It's the Enforcer from Season 5. Now that they're all reunited, they have to open one big rift to get the rocket in, to get the giant stuff in, and to basically collect everything from Save the World and transfer it to make a new island. They almost succeed, but once they realise they do everything to do that if there's a monster in this dimension, they've screwed up. And now but they realise that if there is a monster, we can kill it, because the Ice King, the monster knows Ice King's still in this dimension.
Yeah! Swallow the phone.
But, right, so after the hunt's done, there's going to be the last movie, which is the 12th movie, which is the last fight. Now, what's going to happen here? They actually make a new map. We're all happy, but when they see a monster, the Ice King basically tames it, but something goes wrong that starts attacking him. Then he remembers that this is the past. This is basically part of the past. Thing he didn't even know me at this point. That basically triggers him off. Then he starts to think that one of them should go back to the future and collect that monster. But sadly, that parallel line would fail. Because basically they can't get him in the rift unless... Yeah, so one of them has an idea. He's going to go back to Season 9. He's going to make a giant rift in front of the 0 point, which suddenly teleports that monster to Season 9. No, to Season 10. And now when the 7 are making... Well, some of them are making the rift. He basically jumps in. And then when the Ice King's just about to die, the present monster, well, the past monster again, actually knows him this time. So the monster that's just been went through 2 rifts jumps up and tries to rip off the other one. But then, sadly, since the robot was fighting him at this time, he actually went through as well. So that makes 2 monsters in 1 robot. They realise that the 7 have just started total chaos, and this could be the end of the Fortnite map and the world again. Right. So yeah, they think it's the end, but if they said they had enough power, they got everything out of... They got every monster, well, anything else disappearing from the new island. They think it's a victory. It technically is, even though what they've been through means they've lost people, they've lost everything. But they're happy because, like, they know they've got a flawless victory after like 12 other things. And there should be one more movie after that, which shows the 7's origin stories, and like not the rest, because they were dead at this point. We can't really show them. Some parts of the future were basically used at that point, because the documentary is from the future. So yeah, So yeah, as I've said, basically the 13th movie is sadly the last movie in the series and wouldn't contest into any other, but they forgot to turn off the time travel machine. But before the flawless victory, we found, right, here's an interesting fact. The 13th movie, aka the origin story ones, surprisingly, is a prequel to the second movie, because this takes place before Save the World and Battle Royale. This takes place in another dimension, which the visitor realises he needs to go to in the past. He basically goes to Battle Royale, where he gets teleported there, because we don't actually know how the meteor got and saved the world. It wasn't created there. Then we realised that all the locations for the old maps were transported from another dimension, but we don't know where. So that movie, they need to travel through loads and loads and loads of timelines. What the hell? What was that? Where is this?
I know we're all worried, but I'm sure Crackshot is fine.
This might happen in
find the ransom note. Or
one of the
more
movies.
realistically, the torn shreds of a ransom
Maybe
note.
the 8th or
We all know
something.
how things work here.
Oh, it's good seeing the OG chests. They still have them.
Storm's not gonna like that, but
The OG chests are the best, boy. So that basically ends the series off. So after time traveling series, that's the ending. So after that, they also actually, it's very dodgy. They want to revisit all the times that they've had in the islands and all that. Then they'll throw celebrations, which has the word Fortnite on it. That's the end of the series, sadly. But they forgot one thing. If you go to the past, that becomes their future. That means now that they've done that, they've accessed the past, their future could be different, which could eventually change their future as well. It could change the future's future and the past's future. So what they've done, they've screwed up pretty bad. But we don't actually see any of this happen until maybe the next movie.
I think I found part of the note. Oh no, we have a problem.
What did you find? What's it say?
It says "ka" and sometimes like "sa."
Dennis, did you just find the letter C?
Yeah, but I don't know if it was cut out of a magazine for the ransom note, or it's just a piece of a different magazine.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a problem.
Crap. But in the last movie, the 14th or something, or however many, the last movie is basically going to consist of 10 chapters. So that's basically fighting off the future. So basically, yeah, what's going to happen is, now that they've screwed up badly, they realise that whatever they've done, they have to fix that. But that's bad, because they need to go rewind back in time. All the way back to the past and the present.
Post-apocalyptic storm ninja, like I do.
So they need to fix the past. They need to like rewind back to like a moment ago, a couple of moments ago, to get the monster back and put them all back in. They need help with everyone. Everyone helps. But 2 or a couple more characters have to sacrifice themselves. The 7 or more members have to sacrifice themselves throughout the series.
Just finding a lot of L's.
No. Lucky.
I'm up to 15. Is that a lot for a ransom note?
Maybe it's like a ransom acrostic.
Spelling out everyone's favourite word, 15 L's.
Right. So you're thinking
15
it's more
L's?
of a ransom limerick.
No, I am not.
No, I am not. Crikey, I got offended. No, I am not. That's a little bit of a weird place to put them, considering you can get banned if you go in the swings, if you went in the swings in the game.
I'm getting a lot of M energy. Those are no doubt M's.
Fine, a small pile of M's. I don't know, little robot. I think we just have to wait for the kidnappers to call back.
minutes left.
Nothing we can't handle.
What is taking so long?
Could you maybe just send us another ransom note? This one got shredded by the storm.
It's been a long night making that note. Really? We stayed up all night making it. Get over here.
Maybe you could just tell us your demands.
The note's the best part.
Okay, so we'll just wait for a new note?
Yeah, that's right. You wait.
Should we let you go, or...
Yeah. It's gonna be a late night. We should get to it.
Let's keep looking. I know it's not likely, but if we can piece together the note quickly, we might get the upper hand. How are there so many elves?
You're finding elves too?
Dennis, it's not a competition.
I'm sure it doesn't feel like one when you're rolling around with stacks of elves. You've lost touch with the common man, Ray. It's like you forgot where you came from.
Take some elves, Dennis.
Aww. Thanks, Ray.
Have we made any progress?
It's just more A's and L's. Nah, there's no way this spells anything. I don't think this is gonna work, little robot.
Let's stick with it. We can't give up on Crackshot.
I mean, we could. No one would ever know. And then he'd be gone. Yeah, I'll keep looking.
Before I have to pull you out.
Are we all still open to the situation, or just read my demands?
Yes.
I wanted to do the note, but... Okay, here goes. If you ever want to see Crackshot alive again, you will follow these holly jolly steps.
This is Crackshot, isn't it?
What is it?
Why did you fake your own kidnapping?
Because this Christmas has to be the best Christmas ever, Ray. And my list of demands will make everyone's day merry and bright, whether they want it or not.
Well, you can't have a list of demands without hostages.
You're right. Thanks for the advice, Ray.
Wait, hold on. Crackshot? I'm really not happy with where this discussion ended.
I've given some thought about what you said, Ray.
It was really bad advice. I'd forget it.
So, changing plans. But first, some tidings of holiday fear.
What are you doing?
Waking up the husks. Prepare for your last Noel.
Little robot, the encampments are waking up.
Find the merry encampments.
information.
What do you mean?
He's with me now. I'm a sausage.
Bitch. That makes more sense.
Hang in there, buddy. We'll find you.
Punch hole!
Ammo's running dry.
No! These little things! Fuck! Go away! Go! Hey, please.
Husk's marching.
Oh! Oh, a couple more! Oh, a couple more! Can't leave this area. No! No! One more!
Take a hit.
Give me meds! No, no, no. No, he's all. Oh! Stop my shot. No, no, no. Oh! No. What's that? Boom! Hey, what's these two? Yeah, break. What? Move! Oh!
Why am I waking up in an undisclosed location.
We're hostages.
Okay, Crackshot, this has gone way too far.
Don't worry. Your friends will be fine. As long as you follow my demands. And deck the parking hole.
Extremely mortal.
No! Right, no. No. I can't do that. Okay guys, going to end the stream here. That was me just going on about future stuff that I'm going to be doing. Peace.